Do I have a long and a throbbing PowerPoint for you this evening? That's not true. That's a joke, you see. That's funny because we only consumed 6 things in the month of May and we got to rank them, and we're only ranking 5 of them. Isn't that freaking crazy? So hopefully this will be a very short PowerPoint. The one thing we are not ranking that we consumed this month was Duelist of the Roses, a great Yu-Gi-Oh game that is a 5-star video game out of 5. And I don't want it clogging up the front end of my 5-star list this year. And, we do have 2 other things we're re-consuming. Because one of them's a replay and one of them's a rewatch. You understand my use of language here. I'm a genius. Did you hear my vociferous at the beginning? I've got a vocabulary on me. Now, we're touch and go with this. We didn't rank Evangelion. We ranked some other things. We reconsumed Fire Red's on the ranking. It's just usually if I haven't played it in a long time. Duelist of the Roses, I feel like I played that maybe 3 years ago. So, it's not getting ranked here this evening. Whereas Baccano and Pokemon Y, which I haven't consumed probably since like 2013, 2014, are going to be ranked because it's been a long time and we didn't know what we thought about them. But Duelist of the Roses, we knew what we thought about it. What a fun fucking video game. Can you believe that? Well, let's get into it. Number 5, Made Off the Monster on Wall Street 2023. This is another one of my famous, great Netflix documentaries I love to watch so much. This one is about this guy. He stole some money from some people. Can you believe that? On Wall Street? Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, this is like a 4-part documentary. The last one was like an hour and 17 minutes or something. This one was good. I liked this. Even though it's ranked 5th, we liked everything we consumed this month. Though, spoiler alert, there's no 5-star things this month. That's disappointing, huh? But we liked everything, and so this is one of my more favorite documentaries I watched. Turns out terrorism documentaries, they suck. What we need is finance and business documentaries. Those are the stuff we like that Murdoch one. Yes. And this was like that one. He married a lady. The lady's dad gave him a job. Then he stole some money in that, and then he got away with it. And then later, he stole a lot more money from a lot of rich people. And there's lots of speculation. And, it says he's a monster, so I expected him to be, killing people or something. He was hiring hitmen to take out his ex... No, he was just stealing money. He's not really that big of a monster. He just stole a lot of money from people. And some poor people were affected, and so we watched them cry in the video. But not even that poor. He was kind of just stealing from a lot of rich people. So, well, I don't know. I'm forgiving him already. But then he got sentenced to 150 years in prison. So that's unfortunate. And then he freaking died in 2021 or something. And there was these cool tapes of him confessing to things. That is not publicly available and only Netflix has apparently because I wanted to watch it. But then I couldn't watch it. Anyway, he stole some things. That's unfortunate. But, his secretary said he was a nice man. So I believe her. And true. So that was a cool documentary. I like it. He was cheating things. I know everything about Wall Street now. I know he wasn't even on Wall Street. I think he had a different building in some other place. It was interesting. Anyway, and he only came down because of the financial crisis or something. And some guy figured it out 8 years before that he was stealing money from all these people, but the FCC or whatever it's called ignored him. And that was kind of funny. That was a good little side tangent. Anyway, that was a good documentary. Moving on to number 4. We got The Man from Earth. Now, we've got the 2 Elite RE movies back-to-back, spoiler alerts, and I chose that I like Coherence more, so isn't that crazy? We did big discussion with Elite RE, I believe it's on his channel, for both these movies. These movies are 2, low-budget movies that both take place in, basically a room, and it's basically people talking. This one is very different. This one is a sci-fi mystery one that's, crazy and windy and stuff. This one's just, a conversation. It's kind of implies some sci-fi things. With this gentleman right here, no spoilers. But they were both interesting. I gave them both 4 stars. They're Elite RE's favorite movies of all time. He gave them 5 stars. But, Elite RE, he exaggerates things sometimes. But they're both very fun to watch. They're both very short. They were both an hour and a half long. We love a short movie. And they were both good. This one is about a conversation in a shack between a bunch of professors. This one is about a mystery. Some crazy shit is happening this night. Teleportation, scary stuff. The thing you're supposed to say about these movies is you're supposed to watch them without knowing anything. So that's probably as much as I'm going to say about these 2. And if you want to hear the deeper discussion, the spoilers to the mystery or something, you can watch that great discussion I did with Elite RE where we talked about everything, all the spoilers. So can you believe it? But Coherence beats The Man from Earth. 2007, 2013. And it's going to get really funny because our next 2 things are also from 2007 and 2013. Can you believe it? What a great mirroring we've got going on here. But But true. Go watch them. Go watch the discussion. Something cool. Number 2 is Pokemon Y version. Actually, the official name is just Pokemon Y. The official name for Pokemon Fire Red is Pokemon Fire Red version. But this is just Pokemon Y. Why? I don't know. That's what Backlog told me, and I believe it. Just like I believe in Letterboxd. We got a bit of a blurry image here because it's from a 3DS game, goddammit. I used to shit talk Pokemon Y. I used to say Pokemon Y, Pokemon Sun and Moon, these are the worst Pokemon games ever. They suck. The 3DS Pokemon games are all terrible. And then I played Pokemon Sword and Shield expecting it to be as terrible. And we're on the Switch now and every Pokemon game is a fucking 10 out of 10 somehow. God damn it are those. Every Pokemon Switch game is so great. Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon's Sword. I might give them all a 10 out of 10 if I'm fucking feeling saucy. No, Scarlet is the only 10 out of 10 one. The other 2 are 9s. But guess what is also a 9? Pokemon Y version. Can you believe it? This game doesn't suck at all. It's just like a Pokemon game. And it's got a cool region and some cool things going on. I really like how the game looks. I think I remember Sun and Moon looking absolutely hideous and being like very obvious how pixelated everything was. Because it does go for a more... It tries to look like the Switch games, but on 3DS. Whereas this tries to look like a DS game on the 3DS. And I think this, like X and Y, like I think these games legitimately look really good. I think they do some really interesting things with the camera. I think the 3D stuff is all really good in like the battles and in certain areas. Because, you know, you're in like a big dick area when it's the 3D possibility comes on. It's all cool. A big thing against Pokemon Y I've always had is I always thought there was too many Pokemon in this game, like too many options. That is probably still an issue, but I think that's just like a personal issue. I think it's like actually a good idea for the game. Like every pseudo-legendary from every previous game, you can get it pretty early in this game. And I always thought, that's crazy, man. You're devaluing them. How could you do this to me? But it's also kind of cool that you can get like a Bagon or like before the second gym or whatever. Let me tell you something. Between the first and second gym, there's like 7 hours of gameplay in this thingy. Also, I remember Sun and Moon sucking because every 30 seconds, some fucking idiot wants to talk to you and won't let you explore anything. And there's like a road and map thing on the bottom telling you where to go. I hate that game. We'll see. I'm probably going to replay that at some point too. But anyway, Pokemon Y doesn't have any of those issues. It lets you go free. You know, it does the thing. There is way too much talking, way too much story, but that's the truth with every modern Pokemon game. And it is annoying. It does get in the way. But, you know, also when that AZ guy at the end is reunited with his Floette, that was a sad moment. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you got it back. That's so nice. Also, it does some interesting things. The structure too. You have like a battle after the champion battle with AZ in the middle of the street or whatever. There's a big celebration and stuff like that. I don't know, it's interesting. France as a region is interesting. There's some interesting like mechanics, like the hopping stones or whatever. The different rideable Pokemon. The roller skates are cool. Pokemon Y has a unique identity that stands shoulder on shoulder with all the great Pokemon games. You know, every Pokemon game is like at minimum 9 out of 10, I think. What are we given? Like Gold and Silver, 8 out of 10. Maybe Diamond and Pearl base, an 8 out of 10. I don't know. Maybe this isn't true. I don't know if... Hey, I'm talking about Pokemon here. I don't know if like Red and Blue would be like 9 out of 10s or if they would just be 8s. Crystal's a 9 at least. But every Pokemon game, as long as it's good and it's not annoying, goes into the 9 out of 10 category. Because can you get any better than a Pokemon game? Of course you can't. Also, the levels get really high in this game. So, you know, I think because, again, I did take big breaks between this. I sort of fell off. Like, I was playing a lot of this, probably in the middle of last year. And I ignored it for, like, a long time. And then we played, like, the last 6 or 7 hours in this month. In, like, in a few-day period. So that was a lot of fun. We ended up with the team we ended up with. Again, you can see my Twitter if you want to see the great team I used. I used Barbaracle or something. He was pretty cool. Dragalge or something. That's a coul guy. We used Delphox. I'd never used a Delphox before. I'd only really played this game fully once before this. I'd tried to Nuzlocke it and got pretty far. A different time too. But those were all like 6... I nearly said it again. Probably at least 8 years ago, we'll say. But true. Pokemon Y is a good video game. I like it. 9 out of 10. Oh, yeah, this was the 4 out of 10s. The 4 out of 5s. Everything up until this point. This is a 9. And then the Great Marketer is also a 9 out of 10. I think we've set it on. A high 9. Pushing a 10, but not quite. We love the Great Baccano. Again, we've did a whole massive discussion on this if you want the in-depth thoughts. What a fun ride. I love how the scenes are allowed to breathe. I love the characters are obviously the selling point. It's stupendous. The way the story builds is also really cool. Did I mention the characters? Did I mention two of the coolest concepts you've ever seen in anime? The news guy that hides behind this giant stack of papers and stuff, and the devil that visits them on the old ship in the flashback. He literally was a devil that gave them immortal life or something. Those are the two coolest anime concepts ever exist, and Baccano's got them. Do I have anything else to say about Baccano? Everybody should watch Baccano. It's tremendous. It's the best, and you should watch our discussion about it too. So that's really all we've got. Oh, we've also got this, of course. We've got our updated ranking. Look at shitty Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Spit on it. It's so fucking bad at 44. And then we've still got... So where did we go? Madoff on Wall Street, it came in at 28. We put it above the Murdoch documentary, which makes it the third best documentary, right? What documentaries do we have above it? We've got the Paris one, which was actually an affecting documentary. It was we didn't, though I kind of didn't like it because it was so affecting. The Hulk Hogan one I definitely enjoyed more. It was on a topic I was more familiar with and more fascinated by. So it's the third best documentary we've seen all month, and there's like 7 behind it. Okay, like that bad Anthrax one. We don't like. The Churchill one, I forgot about that one. But yeah, Oklahoma City, that one was pretty good. That's when we get into the 4 out of 5s. The London one, that was pretty good. And the Murdoch one was really good. So there you go. Then together we've got Coherence and Man on Earth. These are good 4 out of 5 movies. I put them beneath The Big Lebowski because that's actually a cool movie. We like that. Nuremberg affected me, I will say. In the Holocaust scene, I was like, wow, this is like an emotionally affecting moment. This is cool. And obviously the other movies above it, The Great Ninja Scroll. Now that's a 9 out of 10 movie. That's a fantastic movie. Obviously Pokemon, and the Revolutionary Girl Utena movie. That's a 10 out of 10 right there. Is Revolutionary Girl Utena better than Succession? It's down there saying that it is. I don't know. Maybe I'll contemplate this more and change it. I have changed old placements before. And then way down in the 9 out of 10s, they're grouped together also. Pokemon Y and Baccano at 8 and 7. I put Fire Red above. I was doing the calculations. Is Fire Red better than Y? And I ended up going, nah, Fire Red's better. And I think Fire Red is also better than Baccano. That's kind of crazy. Now I think about it. I said Baccano was like pushing a 10 out of 10. The problem is that industry is stinking up the 9 out of 10s, and it's like my favorite thing I've consumed all year, I think. But only for the parts where it was good. God damn it, why did season 4 have to happen? So I might want to change Pokemon Fire Red and Baccano a little bit, just looking at it. And I did this last night, but we'll do big retools at the end of the year. We'll go back through and seriously do it. But they are in the 9 out of 10 category. Succession through Ninja Scroll. Is Astrobot a 9 out of 10? I forgot if I gave it a 9. It might be. So Industry through Astrobot we'll say is a 9 out of 10. And then we got our 10 out of 10s beneath. And we got our 1 out of 10s, that shitty Knight of the Seven Kingdoms that frickin' sucked. That's the end of our great PowerPoint. What a great ranking we've done. It was short, can you believe it, this month. Next month, hopefully, it's ginormous. Ginormous, get it? Now... That's all we have to say. I said that like I had an announcement, but I was just getting back on track to end the fucking video. So we'll see you back next month. Can't wait for all your opinions on my great ranking here. Support links in the description below. Thanks. I sound like Jacuzzi Splot.